I hope all of you had a wonderful holiday, and we're still in the holiday spirit in the holiday season. And I forgot to bring my reindeer ears that I got from the Chamber of Congress meeting, their Christmas dinner, Christmas event that they had the other night. They told me I could keep them, and I meant to wear them today. That was a beautiful event. I got to meet a lot of people, and it was a lot of interesting information that was given. And I want to say this before I forget. The senator got up and spoke, and he said for us to make sure that we get out and vote on January the 15th, because we have 2 seats that are becoming available, and we know that one of them is Allison Alsabrook, and that's the county executive seat, and then there's another Senate seat that's coming up. So I want you to put that on your calendar. If you did not vote in the last election, then I'm asking you to check and make sure that you registered to vote, okay? Check with the registration office to find out what the exact date is, you know, so that you know what day and where you can go vote for this special election, because it's a special election. And sometimes the special elections are not held in the same place that you do for regular elections, okay? And I would think that they are going to be sending out some information very soon about the date that they have now secured for that election, okay? And I believe that he said it was January the 15th. So if you're not sure, it's very important, okay? It's 2 seats that are sitting out there. Some of the people that are running, you know who they are because they've held different offices in the past, okay? One of them was also a county executive in the past as well. They have other people that are running as well. So please do your homework. I tell you this all the time. Please do your homework. For these people that have been in office in the past, it is open book, okay, that you can go and look it up, okay, and you can find out what they voted for, what they stood for, what their policies were. All you have to do is go out there and look on the website, okay, look up their names, and you can find out what went on with them when they held different offices in the county, on the council, in the Senate, wherever in the past, so that you can see what it is instead of just going out and voting. That's the worst thing that we can do, is just to go vote and not know who we are voting for. So I think it's very important, and that was one of the things that was impressed upon us the other night, that we please get your friends, get your neighbors, take somebody out to vote. Make sure you look up and do your own homework. Don't listen to what somebody else says. Oh, well, I like that person because, oh, well, that person might not have the same opinions or thoughts that you have. So it's very important for you to go out there and do your own homework, and for you to look and see who the candidates are before January the 15th. That is so important. See, they even gave you enough time to go and enjoy your Christmas holidays and Christmas spirits, and January the 1st, the new year coming in. They're giving you all this time that you have, that you can do all the holiday and festive events that you want, and then still have time to go out to look up that information for the people that are running for these 2 seats, okay? It is so important for you to do that. And the event, I thank you guys for inviting us to come. The BCMT TV producers and officers were there last night. And I really was, it was a very joyous occasion, a very nice group of people that I met, and I met some new people that I can have on my show, okay? That hold offices within the county. And then I was able to ask Councilmember Wanda Rogers if she would sing a Christmas song. And I whispered in her ear and I asked her, she said, yeah, I needed to ask the master of ceremony, and I asked him. And she was so gracious, and she sang a beautiful Christmas carol that ended the night very well. So I want to say hats off to you, and I want to say thank you so much for taking me up on my suggestion that you brought the night to a very festive evening, and it put us in the Christmas spirit. So I want to thank all of you for inviting us, and I thank for all those people that spoke, all those people that came. I want to thank them as well. And they also took pictures and they gave away gifts. It was really nice. It was a nice event. It was over at the courtyard that was over there on Science Drive. And it was really a nice event, and I say thank you. The other thing that I want to remind you of is that you know, even though Medicare, Social Security, your insurance, you know, is closed now on December the 7th. But for supplemental insurance, most people don't know this. Your supplemental insurance, you can change at any time. It does not just have to be for open enrollment. So if you find that the supplemental insurance, if you changed and you don't like it, or it's too high or too expensive, then you can actually, for your, I'm not talking about prescriptions, so don't get it wrong. I'm talking about your supplemental insurance with your Medicare. You can go in at any time and you can change it if you don't like the organization that you chose during open enrollment, okay? That is one of the reasons why, even though open enrollment is closed, that the Advantage plan still has commercials that are running until the 15th, I think, of December. But you need to check that out. But your supplemental plan, not the Advantage plan, not your prescription plan, but your supplemental plan that helps supplement your Medicare, you can stop that at any point. I also want to tell you to pay close attention to your mail this week, okay? Because for those of us that get Medicare, you got a letter in the mail that lets you know what your money is going to be for 2025, okay? It also gives you a lot of other information in there about the changes that are going on with Medicare in A, B, C, D, and they even had a couple other ones I didn't even know about in there, okay? So make sure that you look at that mail. That's very important. Also, if you kept the same prescription plan that you had last year and they're taking it out your check, it's going to tell you in your Social Security, you know, the letter that they send you is going to tell you that the amount of money that if you chose to take that elective, they're going to tell you the amount of money that's coming out of your check for your prescription plan. And then they're going to also tell you what your premium is that you're paying for your Medicare, okay? So Medicare is not free. You're paying a premium every month, okay? Now, you should also get a letter from the prescription company that lets you know that the amount of money that you're paying, okay, for your new prescription coverage or your continuous prescription coverage, and then you need to match that up against what you got from Social Security to make sure that the right amount and the company is secure on your Social Security is the correct one. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say secure, but you want to make sure that you have the right company on there that you're supposed to be paying for. So it's important for you to look out for your mail for this week and next week, because I got mine yesterday, and it's some very important information in there. In fact, both of them came at the same time. The one for my prescription plan that I continue to keep, and also my Social Security, and the numbers were correct. And the reason why I'm telling you to check both of them, because you want to make sure that the amount of money that you're supposed to be paying for your prescription coverage is the amount of money that's being taken out of your Social Security check. Also, the amount of money that they're supposed to be taking out of your Social Security check for your premium, you want to make sure that that money is correct as well. Now, they said they were going to give us $35, right? And then they changed it to 2.5%, okay? So the money that you got for an increase this year is 2.5%, okay, of what your overall money is. And then they take the deductions out, and then you find out what it is that you're going to have in your check next year. So you need to pay attention to what's going on in Congress. You need to pay attention to what's going on at your state level as well, to find out what changes are going to be made next year so far as senior citizens are concerned, so far as Medicare is concerned, so far as your Social Security check, okay? We have a new regime that's coming in, and so you need to make sure that you stay on top of what's going on in the county, in your state, where you live, okay? That's very important that you pay attention, because you don't want to wake up one morning and you find out you don't have a Social Security check or you don't have Medicare. So it's up to you to make sure you are responsible for making sure that, you know, everything is going well. If you have some disagreements so far as the state is concerned, then you need to reach out to those representatives that you need to reach out to secure that Medicare and Social Security is going to be secure in your state or your county or where you live, okay? That's so important because those of us that depend on, disability checks or Social Security checks and to pay, for part of your premiums for your Medicare, it's very important that you stay on top of this. That's why it's so important that for the county executive that you look and see who it is that you put in office, and for the other Senate seat that's sitting out there. I can't express that enough to you. I can't tell you that that is so important for you to do. And like I said, enjoy your holidays. But after January the 1st, then you need to do your homework. I always talk about Schoolhouse Rock. And I don't have any stock in it. And I think it's a very good way for you to find out what's going on in your government and what different things mean about amendments and, what they do in the Senate, what they do in Congress, articles of incorporation for your personal businesses you need to check on as well. Also, last week we had a group of people that came in here that was from Royal Financial Services. You could get in contact with them if you're starting up a new business. You could get in contact with them, and there's some other agencies that we have here in Bowie that do the same thing, okay? So you need to check with Bowie and find out what agencies that we have that could also help you start your own business. Make sure that you're filing the things that you're filing correctly, okay? You live in Bowie, and they live in Bowie as well, but you can also check two different places and see which one is the best for you, okay? It's just so important. They have another show that comes on, and I told y'all before, and I tell you that I watch it all the time. It's and I don't know why we don't do it here in this station. And I'm always promoting this station because we could do some more things here. But they have some school-age kids, which we have school, instead of right down the street here in Bowie, okay, that they actually do a segment with different ethnic groups. They can't be no more in junior high school. And they go and they tell you a little bit of, just like Schoolhouse Rock, it's just a little different than the way Schoolhouse Rock was. Everything is sing-song in both of them, though, so you can keep it in your memory, okay? But these young people are so impressive that they go through everything that we talked about last year that affected human beings in this country, okay? So I keep it on too. I tell you this all the time. So that my dog knows when he's a good dog, he gets one treat. No, when he's a good dog, he gets two treats. When he's a bad dog, he gets one treat. And he's learning. And some of the shows on there that he watches, I can tell the ones he likes, and he turns his back on the ones that he doesn't like. And Mark told me that when we had the pet show. He just had to give me the name of the channel so that are really geared toward animals. I didn't know that, so I have to ask him again. But my dog is learning, and some of the things I'm trying to figure out whether or not, this is just some humor, okay? Then I'm wondering if he's learned how to do some bad things in some of those cartoons that he watches. But they all are, it's on, Montgomery County Public Television. And we do get it here in Bowie, okay? I think that you need to watch the one with the young people that actually tell you what amendments are, what the Constitution is, what immigration means, what the laws are for immigration. They tell you so many things that I am so proud that these young people that they have to be in junior high school and that they're able to let that roll off their mouth like, it's something that has been put in their system that they just know it is being, also tell you what rule of law is. I mean, so many different things that they talk to you about that you really need to know, guys. We really need to know. I heard a news reporter the other night ask someone, well, can you change the 14th Amendment in the Constitution like that? It was something they were talking about. I'm not going to go into it, but you probably saw it on the news as well. But the newscaster did ask this person, can you really change the 14th Amendment? And they said, well, I guess it's a lot of things we'll see that what we can and we cannot do. So you need to look. and look at the Constitution yourself, and then you can kind of figure it out for yourself what the 14th Amendment is in the Constitution of the United States and what that's being meant by that, okay? Because we should be, in this day and age, like I said, they have things that young people can learn, they have things that older people can learn, and I really think that Schoolhouse Rock and this educational program that they have on here with these young people talking about government, I think it's a lot of older people can learn from it as well, okay? And it doesn't matter which ethnic group it is, you know, that you need to know, because some of times they even use, you know, another ethnic language to explain to you what they're talking about. So I think that we should support them. I wish that we could get our own channel, that we could get one of the schools to come in here and do the same sort of thing. Can't do the exact same thing because then we'd be having copyright infringement rights. But it would be nice if we could do some things inside the studio that we can involve these young people from the schools that teach us things, okay? We're never too old to learn. We're never too young to learn. The other thing is I do want to say, I send condolences out to the family of the gentleman that got killed that was in charge of the United Healthcare. I send my condolences out to his family. In the news I heard last night that they have captured the young man that actually committed that murder. Well, you're innocent until proven guilty. Let me put that there, so I can't say that he committed anything, okay? Because they said that you're innocent until proven guilty, but they have a person, a suspect in, you know, in custody right now. So, you know, it's a lot of, last week, you had a killing where somebody went to the school and they killed a 3-year-old and I think it was a 5 or 7-year-old. The killing has to stop. I mean, it really does. The robberies have to stop in the stores, okay? I think there's a proven fact. It doesn't matter what color you are. People are killing everybody. The gentleman, I take my hat off to their family that got killed over at Jasper's. My condolences go out to you. It was a chef that was a week before, 2 weeks before, he got shot at one of these places. It's a place where families go to. Come on now, out in the parking lot. We need to be careful because those bullets have no name on it, okay? So please, I can only beg you to please stop the killing. You know, stop the robbing, you know, stealing people's cars. They pay hard-earned money. That episode that was going on in Capitol Hill a few weeks ago, that between 6 o'clock and 8:30 in the morning, it was a group of people that was down there that was robbing people and it was breaking into cars and everything. That early in the morning, people trying to go to work, you know, and they were robbing them as they were trying to go to work. Please, young people, please stop. Please stop the madness. It is too many things that you can learn how to do. There are too many places that you can go that will teach you educational kinds of things or even just fun activities. But the shooting has to stop. Laws need to be made to hold people accountable, okay? Someone told me, it was a police officer that I spoke to the other day when I was at the doctor's office, and she told me that it was a parent that held accountable, that they're sending that particular parent to jail because her son shot somebody. It was another student in a school. I did not hear that news for myself, but she was just telling me about it. And that was the first one that she seen. They talked about holding the parents accountable, but she was telling me that was the first one that she has seen that they have actually gone through with making sure that the parents are gonna do time. Now, the other thing is that they did talk about, at the event that I was at the other night with the chambers, that we need to, and I'm 100% with this, that we need to make sure that families are held accountable. And we need to do something that we can do to help mentorships for our males, that they can mentor these young men. I think that that's a good way to make young men feel comfortable if they don't have a father that's in the household or they don't have a brother, or older brother or uncle, that they start a mentorship program for young men that they can help mentor them and teach them the right way to do things and give them encouragement and show that they're worthy, okay? When I heard that, it really brought tears of joy to me, and I think that is something that needed to be done a long time ago, you know, and I think that the churches need to be held accountable, the schools need to be held accountable, the parents definitely need to be held accountable. But if you're a young man and you're interested in mentoring someone else, get in touch with the chamber. Let the senator know. Let the congressman or the council people know that you're interested in mentoring or being a part of a male mentorship for young men. Now, no long time ago, they were supposedly taking off these, I don't look at video games that, you know, now they make it so you can wear these little masks and you feel like you're really in there and stuff, where you're shooting people and stuff like that. I know they passed a law a long time ago that they were going to make it so that you could stop, you know, showing those kind of things with video games, okay? It was against the law for them to make where you was shooting and stealing and racing and robbing cars, you know, stealing cars, I'm sorry, robbing people and stealing cars. And then I don't know what happened. Because now with these, I tried to put one on one day and my eyes just, I can't do it. I don't know. I take my hat off to you if you can, but you know the ones that you can put on, and you see go in a room and somebody just swiping at different things, and they got this thing on. That's because they can actually see what's going on in this whatever it's called that they put on their eyes. But they have games too that maybe we need to take another look at that issue about the killing and the robbing and the shooting and the stabbing and breaking into homes and stealing cars. You know, I don't know. I don't use that piece of equipment. But I'm just saying that if they are doing those kinds of things, and that's what, because the way it looked like when I see people with them on, using them, they fighting somebody, they fighting the air, but they fighting somebody, they doing something with those glasses, okay? So we need to look and see what is Congress doing so far as these video games, so far as these other games, so they're still kind of in a way a video game. It's just that it's the way you're looking at it, okay? It's a name for it, I don't know. I don't use it, I don't watch it. But I know you know what I'm talking about. But there is a way that we need to go back and we need to change some of these rules again so that our young people don't get caught up in these games that they think that now they're gonna go out and try to do them in real life, you know? That was ridiculous what happened up on Capitol Hill early in the morning, all over Capitol Hill. The stealing of the cars, the breaking in cars, the robbing people, that's a disgrace before God, okay? So we have to be accountable as parents. We have to be accountable that we are making sure that our children are in the places where they're supposed to be. You know, they should have been either getting ready to get on a school bus somewhere, going to school, or they should have been at home eating their breakfast, getting ready to go to school that time of morning. And so, you know, the parents, I understand, times are bad, we have to go to work, okay, we have to work someplace. So we just have to think of ways, new inventive ways. Talk to your congressmen, talk to your senators, talk to your council people, you know, and maybe somebody can come up with a plan that we can do better. Okay, it's so important. We don't know what the new year is going to be about, and we hope that it's going to be better. That's my belief, okay? That we're going to go into a new year with some new things that are going to happen, and everybody thinks that, you know, they're depressed and we think that it is going to be really, really bad. Well, it might turn out that it might be really, really good, okay? If we all pray about it, then it might turn out to be really, really good, okay? So get on your knees and pray. They said prayer changes things, okay? So, you know, we need to make sure that some of these people are vetted, okay? That we're being told that's going to be the leaders of our country. We need to look into those as well, just like I'm telling you to check out your senators and things in our county. We need to look for the United States of America as well. Look and see who they're getting to put in the office to run our country, okay? It's just so important that we can't just sit back and continue to be complacent and think that, oh, Betty's going to do it, I don't have to do it. No, that's not Betty's place. It's Betty's place to do it, but it's also your place too. So don't put it all on Betty or John, because it's up to me, it's up to you, and it's up to everybody to put everybody in check and to change some of the things that are going on in these United States of America so that they are positive, okay? If the tariffs go up, our money is going to be useless, okay? Because of the price of things are going to go up. And I believe that if you write to this particular president, I believe that he will listen to the American people. But if we don't say anything, then he won't know how we feel. So with that, I want to say, may God bless you. May you have a wonderful holiday season. You take care of yourself and you be safe out there. And I ask you, in the precious name of Jesus, to take care of yourself and make sure that you're safe. And you don't have to have a gun, just be aware of your surroundings. That's more important that you can do for yourself, is to make sure that you are aware of your surroundings. Make sure you lock your car doors, okay, and wind your windows up, okay? If you don't do anything else, but pay attention. You know, stop being so complacent. Stop wearing them earphones everywhere when you can't hear what's going on around you, okay? It was just in my spirit to tell you this, okay? Because you wear those earphones and you can't hear what's going on. So how are you aware of your surroundings? So I'm telling you, be aware of your surroundings. And I say with this, that please, God bless America, and you be safe, you pay attention, and you look up the different amendments and who's in Congress. And I say this to you as my friend and my viewers, in Jesus' name, amen. Good night.
Here we go. Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. Gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Oh, no. Okay, quick. Oh, yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. Yeah, Dad. We're getting so wet.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education. What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts? Yes, you.
You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?